And we are in line 2 of Psalm 115. So it says, why should the Gentiles say, where now is their God? So why should the nations say, why now is their God? And they're going to question us about that, especially when they see us going through things. And so that sends us to Psalm 42. Psalm 42, 3 and 10. 3 says, my tears have been my food day and night, while they continually say to me, where is your God? And so that's when David was talking about, the sons of Korah was talking about how they were crying and the tears that they had shed and everything like that. And that's all they were eating and drinking, their tears. Their tears have been my food day and night, while they continually say to me, where is your God? And people they're gonna ask that question when they continue to see us crying and going through things and whatnot. And look at 10. It says, as with a breaking of my bones or a shattering of my bones, my enemies reproach me, or my enemies revile me, while they say to me all day long, where is your God? And so they're shattering the bones, they're reviling us, and they're saying, where's your God? Because they see that they're getting away with shattering our bones and reviling us, and that God is not there to take care of us and to help us. And so they're going to question, where is our God? Well, our God is where he always is. He's in heaven on his throne. And he knows what's going on. And he knows who's doing right and who's doing wrong. And he's not going to still leave us alone. All right. So why should the Gentiles say, where now is their God? Let's move into our next stanza, line 3. But our God is in heaven. Look what the psalmist is saying. He's in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. Indeed, he does. Okay, so but our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they do not speak. Eyes they have, but they do not see. They have ears, but they do not hear. Noses they have, but they do not smell. They have hands, but they do not handle. Feet they have, but they do not walk. Nor do they mutter through their throat. Those who make them are like them. So is everyone who trusts in them. So let's elaborate on this stanza, starting at line 3. So, but our God is in heaven. So he's saying, where now is their God? Well, he's answering, our God is in heaven. Okay, he does whatever he pleases. And that's right, he's God. And he's going to take vengeance, and he's going to protect whenever he pleases. He knows when it's going to be enough. He knows when we have enough affliction. He knows when we have enough tears shed. And so let's look at 1 Chronicles 16:26. That says, for all the gods of the peoples are idols, or worthless things, but the Lord made the heavens. And clearly they are, for all the gods of the peoples are idols, or worthless things, that means. So it says, but our God is in heaven. He does whatever he pleases. And so he's saying that for all the gods of the peoples are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. So the Lord made the heavens, and that's where God is. All right, but the God of all the peoples are idols. And then 4, it says, their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. So whatever they're believing in and trusting in is silver and gold, fashioned by man. Where in actuality, it's still all God's, because God created everything. So, but what he's saying is that those are the things that they can fashion and make. Those are the things that they're trusting in. So their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. And so that sends us to Jeremiah 10:13. That says, when he utters his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain. He brings the wind out of his treasuries. That's powerful. That's a God. That's God. When he utters his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens. And he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain. He makes lightning for the rain. And he brings the wind out of his treasuries. No one can do that but God. Nobody can do that but God. God is all powerful. Okay? And I think yes, indeed, he is. And I think I read 10:13. I should have read 10:3. But we probably had to read that anyway. That's for a reason. So 10:3. It says, for the customs of the people are futile. For one cuts a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. And so for the customs of the people are futile, so are in vain or vanity. For one cuts a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. So the only way that they can get something, they had to use an axe to be able to get that tree, and they cut that tree from the forest, and that tree, and they have to hold that tree up. All right, when God working in and through us, he doesn't need anything else to be able to work in us. And so if they're using that tree as an idol, they have to have something to hold that tree up. So, and this is a lot of people use this scripture here as to say that as not to have like Christmas trees and stuff like that, so because it's saying like for the customs of the peoples are futile, so that means that it's in vain. For one cuts a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. And then 4 says they decorate it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers so that it would not topple. All right. And so that just to show that the idolatry that Judah had. And so basically just to corroborate here in line 4 of 115, their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. That means so I'm way over. Man's hands had to use an axe to be able to cut down that tree, and then they can use that tree for an idol. So I'm way over, so let me pause here and we'll pick it up in our next segment.